Makers, capybaras are having a moment. Grab your coffee and let's make one. Looks like a turtle. That's all I see right now is a turtle. Or a sloth. Oh. Hey makers, so I asked in my last video what you wanted me to make, and it seems the consensus, and I agree, is the capybara. So we're gonna make this little capybara felting kit dude here. Super cute, really excited to see how this goes. I've never felted before. I've seen it in yarn stores, like they have really cool felting where you can felt onto fabric and create these beautiful textiles. So I've seen it, but I've never done it. It's a little intimidating because you're basically just stabbing fabric over and over, and I'm a little accident prone, so let's just hope I don't stab myself. Okay. All right, so let's get into the kit. So there are instructions. It comes with everything you need, it seems. Oh, except one important thing. It did not come with the actual tool to do the felting. So it said that on the package when I bought it, so I knew that ahead of time. So I did purchase this when I purchased the kit, and this is a foam felting block with the needles. So it comes with 2 needles and then a foam block, which is really important for this process. So it also comes with all of the wool you need, and it comes with, yeah, that's it. It comes with the wool. It just comes with the wool. It does say before you begin to read all the instructions, which I have done, and prepare the necessary tools. And it says wear silicone fingertip covers to avoid accidental injuries. See what I'm saying? This is a dangerous, dangerous task. Is this extreme crafting? Maybe, maybe. Yeah. So it says you should wear silicone fingertip covers, but it didn't include them. So, and I don't have them. We're just gonna be careful, I think. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. So let's get started. I'm gonna be honest with you. I filmed about an hour and a half yesterday, and I made this guy. This is his body and head. My husband bought me a new camera. It's wonderful. It's an Insta360, so it shoots in all directions all at the same time so that I can then edit everything together, which is fantastic, except when you're a little technically challenged and you set the settings to the wrong thing and then you film the wrong thing. So I was filming incorrectly and could not edit anything that I shot yesterday. So I hadn't finished the capybara. I was going to have to come back and finish filming. So we're just going to pick up kind of where I left off. This is the head. This is the body. These are the back legs and its cute little tush. So I am working on the front legs right now. Something that I learned from doing this much is that I think you want to join them before they're actually like firmer, because the more you stab it, the firmer it gets. So my strategy now, as I make the leg, this is definitely not the size it needs to be. I need to keep stabbing it so it gets smaller and denser, but I do think it's got the right shape now. So I'm going to start I'm going to make another one so that they match. And then I'm going to go ahead and start attaching them and then stab them into size on him. That's my strategy. So I'll show you how you do it. They just tell you basically to take this wool, which I don't even know if this is wool. Is it really wool? It says it's wool, so it kind of it smells like wool. Yeah. It's not very sheepy, but it smells like wool. Some wools are more rustic and you can really smell the sheep, which I kind of love. I went to a yarn store with a friend of mine a few weeks ago, and I just went in and I just picked up yarn and just held it to skein, or hank after hank and skein after skein. I just picked them up and was like, there's nothing like it. Anyway, so you roll this up into kind of a shape that you want. So we have a log, which is going to be a leg. And then you take the dangerous tool and you start just stabbing it like this. And then it joins together, because the thing about wool is if you add friction to it, the fibers start to join together and you can't unjoin them. This is why you don't throw your wool sweaters into the washing machine, because the friction of it being in the washer will felt it. So it will turn it into a dense fabric, which then if that happens, you can cut it up and turn it into coasters. Or I actually have a Christmas wreath. I went and bought thrifted Christmas sweaters that were wool, and I felted them on purpose, and then I cut them into little squares, and I'll put a picture in. But anyway, it was super fun to do that. So never fear, if you wash a wool sweater, you can turn it into something else. Let's get back to this. So we're going to felt this by using this friction, and we're just going to stir it. Okay, I am going to attempt to attach these little legs. And because when I made the body and attached the head, I ended up with this, can you see this crease right here? I'm gonna try and attach the legs in a way that, because this is where they end up anyway, they kind of are supposed to go like this forward. Like they go like this here. They're kind of going to go forward because the picture shows, see how he's like forward. So I'm going to try and attach the leg here so that it helps me fill in that gap and smooth that out. And then I will make the legs a little bit smaller as I will continue to stab them. But I have two legs, and so I'm going to do that on either side. Oh God, this one. I swear it's going to work. It's going to work. So I'm going to attach these, and then I'll be back. Guys, it's looking like a turtle. Do you see it? It looks like a turtle. I don't know. I'm going to keep working at it. I have this much of the body color left of the wool that I think I can use. I think what it needs, like he's supposed to sit up like this. I think he needs more here and maybe a longer snout. I think that's what's missing. So I'm going to add some more in strategic places to make it look less like a turtle. It looks like a turtle. That's all I see right now is a turtle. Or a sloth. Oh. Don't stab yourself. Don't stab yourself. Don't stab yourself. Don't stab yourself. Okay. It looks more like a capybara, I think. Yeah, I think we're in good shape. So I still had a hard time attaching these arms, but I think they're attached enough. And then one trick I figured out is if, like there's a seam here, you can kind of drag it and just kind of spread the the felt out a little bit to smooth out things. So as long as it's somewhat attached, you can smooth it out. It's not perfect, but we're not going for perfect. We're going for finished. Yes? All right. I'm going to move on to the feet and face. So the instructions are a little confusing when it comes to adding the feet, because we've already done the legs. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4 legs, even though those look like nubbins, but those are all legs, okay? But the next thing it says is take a small amount of light brown wool. So this is tan, this is light brown, this is dark brown. They're very close, but you kind of have to use the reference photo as your guide, because it then says take a small amount of light brown wool, pull, roll, and mold into the shape of arms and legs for making the capybara. We've already attached arms and legs. So actually they're all legs, but you know what I mean. So what it really means is feet, because if you look in the picture, there's little hind feet and front feet there. So that's what it's talking about. So the instructions are a little confusing, but you just kind of have to use your common sense and follow the picture. Haymakers, it has been a couple days since I last worked on this little guy. When I left you, I had to take a little break because my back was hurting, so I did. And then the next day I went back to work, and I had 2 days of work this week, and today's my day off, so I thought, I want to finish this guy. I need to do his little eyes and his nose, and then this on top of his head, which if you recall in the last video,
I don't understand what's on the top of his head though. He's got like yellow and green floofy something on his head.
the mystery has been solved. The floof, the yellow and green floof, it's a lemon. Perhaps I was a little too aggressive with my tool. It's kind of given out. It's difficult to work with right now, but these tools were only a couple bucks, and it did come with 2, so I'm going to use the second one and try not to stab myself by getting it out of here. Okay, new tool. Yeah, all the work that I did to make sure that this was attached here, it kind of gets undone as I'm attaching these feet. So see, there's a separation there. I will try and fix that after I do the other one, but I kind of feel like I'm abusing it while I'm putting these feet in. I'm also trying, want to make the ears a little smaller. Stabbing its head. No! When you're stabbing this, don't put your finger on the other side. Not that I've done that. Okay, I kind of made them a little smaller, but now one's pointy and one's round. What are you gonna do? I'm trying to get this done, you know? My husband keeps telling me it takes me forever to finish things. He says, Torina, perfection is the enemy of done. And I'm like, but I want it done neatly and right. And so I try and remind myself of that things don't have to be perfect. They just have to be done. And now, if you're enjoying the creative process of something like this, and maybe making it perfect is enjoyable, I'm not sure how much I enjoy this particular craft. I'm not sure. Maybe if it were it weren't making a whole sculptural structure, maybe I'd like it more, but I I am struggling with, like, I feel like this leg kind of comes out like it should, but this one is not, and I can't fix it. So anyway, moving on to the face. The feet are connected. Okay. Okay. So it does say, the instructions do say that if you stab straight, like down into the fibers, you're compressing it. So theoretically, this will make the snout shorter, which in my case, I kind of want that to happen, but it's also helping me attach the nose by just stabbing straight down into his head. So it's achieving two things. I'm reshaping his head, his nose, and attaching the front of his nose at the same time, the front of his snout. It says if you go horizontal, which now I'm stabbing toward my hand, which is a terrible idea, but if you go horizontal, it's supposed to blend the seams together. Do you know how many times I've done that with these seams with the arms? So many times, and I have to do it over and over every time I add another body part because they just come undone. So I don't know. I'm sure it's user error, but the instructions don't really give you any more guidance than that. So I think this is probably one of those things that you get better at if you do it more than once. So I don't know. Give me some time. Maybe I'll want to do another one. If I come across another kit that's really cute, like the Capybara I couldn't say no. So maybe if I come across another one, gosh, if there's an otter, I probably will have to do it. So to be continued on that. We'll see. I'm not going to say one way or another. And I shouldn't be worrying about these legs because I'm probably just going to mess them up again. But it bothers me. My microphone stopped recording. It died. So hopefully this audio is just as good. We'll find out. Face done. He's pretty lumpy. Okay. Now we're gonna make. Ow! Okay, that's number 6. Ow! Okay, now we're gonna make a lemon. I'm gonna use this whole thing. So they gave me this much, and it kind of naturally split apart here. So I took the smaller of the 2 pieces, and I'm gonna roll it as they suggest, and then stab it like crazy. Yeah. So guys, not only did my microphone die, but then the camera died. So you didn't get to see me finish our little capybara friend. You're watching in real time as I figure all this technology out. So I'm learning, and I trust that future videos will be even better. Not going for perfection. We say that over and over. That's kind of one of the things I'm doing my best to embrace these days. Anyway, I think it's time for you to see the finished capybara. Here he is. Look at that cute little, the lemon is so adorable. Aww. So cute. Now, does it look like a capybara? Questionable. I would say it looks pretty close to this capybara. I mean, kind of. It's pretty close. I'm not going to complain. I did watch a video of a capybara this morning, and does this look like a real capybara? No. They have actually really skinny legs because they're a giant, they're basically a giant rat, correct? So this does not look like a real capybara, but it looks like the example I was given. So I count it a success. I will say, as I mentioned, when I was attaching legs and having such a hard time with these guys, that I do think that attaching your pieces before they're fully formed is better. The instructions show like literally the head as a ball. And this is not a ball. It's an oblong shape. I mean, it could have been funny if I had just made it the way the instructions, exactly the way the instructions said for me to make it. But I wanted something that I was kind of proud of. So, and I am proud of him. Like, he's pretty cute. So he's going to live up on the shelf up there. And yeah, so we'll get to see him all the time. So a little bit of reflection. I was surprised at the things that came up while I was making this guy. I have been through a lot with my mom in the last few years. And I shared in my last video that I was recently taking care of her as she was at the end of her life. And so even the 3 years leading up to her passing were a lot. Now, was I the one going through cancer? No. She was going through way more than I did. And I think sometimes we like to compare our experiences and go, well, I don't have it that bad. I'm fine. And in the grand scheme of things, absolutely we are. But when we're carrying stress and that ongoing responsibility of being a primary caregiver for someone, for example, your body takes a toll. And so while you may not be getting stabbed like our little capybara friend, it can feel a little bit like those pricks that are smoothing things out and you don't really notice them. But I've been working with my therapist, so therapy is a great thing. And she just reminded me that my body has been through a lot and has carried a lot. And that is important for me to remember so that I can be kind to myself, take care of myself, take care of my body, listen to my body. All of these things are so important. Our bodies do a lot for us, and they also do a lot of protecting us from what's really going on inside of us by not always letting us feel all those pricks. But the pricks happen nevertheless. And truly, I have no regrets for all of the time that I spent with my mom. I count it a true privilege that I got that time with her. Not everybody has the benefit of knowing that you're dying. In reality, none of us knows how much time we have left, right? But when you know that your time is running short, it does change your perspective on things. And so I'm so grateful that I had that time with her and that I was able to be with her to the very, very end. It was a sacred privilege, honestly. What is something that maybe has come up for you as you were creating something or making something and it was kind of surprising that it made you think of something totally not related to the craft or art that you were creating? Would you share that with me? I would love to hear that. I feel like all of those things are parts of our stories and it's important that they're witnessed and shared. All right, friends. Thank you so much for being in the making with me. Please like and subscribe so that you get notified of future videos that I make, because making is way more fun with friends. And I do have some fun things coming up, and I hope you will be there with me. In the meantime, go make something. See you later.